Evening all, quick video for you today. I thought I'd show you two things today, and we'll call it Homebrew Wednesday because I haven't done one for a long time and it's nearly Wednesday. So we'll give you some Homebrew Wednesday content. So two things I'm going to talk about today, and it's only going to be a short one. Cleaning beer lines. Now a while back I got one of these. A little carbonation cap. You can screw it onto the top of a pop bottle. It will take both the beer and gas disconnects on it, and it seemed like a good way to sanitize my lines. Now it's probably because I got a cheap one of them, but I've had all kinds of issues with it. It doesn't seal properly on the top of the pop bottle sometimes. The disconnects pop off it. Doesn't seem to matter whether it's a beer or a gas when you put on it sort of anything above a couple of psi, and they'll just pop off. So I gave up on that. Other people have better luck with them. It may be that if you get a decent one from a decent company, then you'll have no problems. I know some people are using the malt miller ones without any trouble at all. But yeah, that idea went in the bin for me. What I do now, I've got one of these. It's a flow jet. It's a little gas powered pump. It's self-priming. So just all it needs, gas or compressed air in, and then you've got a line in and a line out. So you can just dump that in any bucket of cleaner or whatever. Plug your beer line in there. You can either do it via a disconnect or a disconnect post or whatever. Because I just use John Guest fittings, I've just got a simple connector that connects it straight to that. And then start the gas and it'll just start pumping it. So quite happily you can leave it in your line or whatever for a while, or just recirculate it round. And that works for me. It certainly beats the old method where I used to put a load of line cleaner in a corny keg, pressurize the corny keg, run all that through, then put a load of water in the corny keg, pressurize the keg again, run all that through. I mean, yeah, it's still using gas, but it's not wasting all that gas to pressurize the corny keg a couple of times. So depending on the pressure you put in, that's how fast it will pump. These things are often used in bars and places where you've got longer lines to assist there. So they're all food grade, they're all designed for use with beer line and everything. And this is what it looks like and sounds like when it's running. I've been playing around with an Inkbird ITC 308, but there'll be a video about that coming up separately soon. But if you're following along on my current fermentation with the tilt, there's a link down in the description. And I'll put a couple of pictures of the graphs and that you can get from it now. Where I posted that on Facebook the other day, I've had a couple of people asking me what the tilt connects to and everything. So here's a little video I shot explaining that. I've been asked about the tilt quite a bit recently. I've shared it on a couple of groups that I'm brewing a beer with it at the moment, and shared a link so people can follow along and see what it's logging, see the graphs it produces as it goes. And one of the questions people have been asking me is, how is it set up? What have I got connecting it to what? So here you go. In there, simple plastic fermenter, 14 litres of Mangrove Jack's bourbon barrel strong ale kit. So the tilt is inside that plastic fermenter, and it is currently talking to, let me just move you around a little, there. That up there is a Raspberry Pi Zero W. It's a single board computer which is around £9. It's powered by a simple USB adapter, and that's all you need. Everything else that's plugged into that is where I've been playing around with it and doing other stuff. So at the moment you can see there is a screen plugged into it and a keyboard. They're unnecessary, you don't need that. You can literally just have that black wire there and lose the two white ones. You don't need them. You can put it in a nice case, you can do all that sort of thing if you want. So it's currently plugged into a screen and a keyboard just so I can keep an eye on what's going on. That's just tailing the log file it's creating so that I can make sure it's still recording. So every 5 minutes or so it records a line there saying what the current temperature is, what the current specific gravity is, which beer it's set in case you've got multiples, because you can have up to 5 or 6 of them going at once. So you don't need the screen, you don't need the keyboard, you just need that little green board at the back there. Let me see if I can zoom. So yes, that there, and a Wi-Fi connection for it to connect to if you want to log to the cloud. You don't even need to do that because it will quite happily log just on the memory card on there without any internet connection at all, and that will give you more than enough information to keep you happy. But if you want to do the nice view it from anywhere, check up on it whilst you're on holiday and all that sort of thing, you will need a Wi-Fi connection. So we've just got a Wi-Fi access point up there. So there you go, that is a Pi running Tilt Pi, which is the software provided by the Pi company, Brew, and how my system's linked up to do what I'm doing at the moment. I'll put a link down in the description for the current brew so you can see and follow along, see how it's doing. And that's it for this week, so have a great week everyone, and I'll catch you again soon. Cheers!